Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Mega Man Secundum. Man, the game looks far brighter now that I have put the emulator settings back to non-shitty, huh? Let's do Magnet Man. His stage is far longer than what we've seen so far in the second part of the stage, and now I've got topspin, so it's going to be a hell of a ride on magnets. Sadly enough, these are immune. And as you might notice, they now pull you off completely. You do not just stop in mid-air awkwardly. And I do like how they are arranged here, so that you can just run forward and get pulled over the pits. They do no longer impede your progress or anything. I do not know how much of that was intentional, but it is a nice touch if it was. This guy here is a little confusing for me, because you do not need this platform at all, and even if you were to stand on it and try to hit him from there, it would be incredibly awkward and you would get hit a lot. It would be far easier to hit him from here, from the side, through the wall, but yeah, I guess details. These guys here are a little changed from their Mega Man 3 counterparts, mainly in that their missile is now completely invincible. However, it does not tail you all the time anymore. Yep, still someone immune against air shooter, and in general this makes them a better enemy in my opinion. Even though this guy here is awkwardly placed as hell, at least you do not have to tank a lot of hits. But I always found it really annoying how the missile would continue homing you all the fucking time, and if you destroyed one there was another one immediately afterwards. But that's done, and we can try out more topspin. Yes, topspin, it is still the best weapon. I love it so much. I know that it's kind of irrational, but come on, a melee Mega Man weapon and it destroys lots of enemies in one hit, and now you do not even bounce back. I do not know if it is more or less programming laziness or... but I do love it nonetheless. This is a deceptively dangerous room, because if you get knocked by this guy onto the spikes, you will die. There is no mercy invincibility, because the spikes are not actually there, they hide a pit. It is very strange and not well done at all whatsoever, and I'm very glad to have air shooter, it's mandatory anyway. So these are the block puzzles, which are also kind of mandatory for Magnet Man, I guess, if you want to stay faithful to the original, which I've always hated. I have shown all of them off in the blind video, but I'm still only going to skip 2 of them here, because that's how I roll. These are this is also a good opportunity to show off the Rush Jet and how it is again absolutely not impeded by the block puzzles. The magnets at the end can kind of throw you off, but it's not too bad. The first time seeing this, it didn't really fuck me over at all. This is a very, very boring part, and because the timing is hilariously tight, there is nothing that can happen. You will just fall down, you can try it again immediately. It's just so tight that I really do not like it, and it's not worth the effort, so you can always skip it with Rush Coil. After all, what else do you have it for? Minor nitpick too. Block puzzles have always been presented as background protruding into the foreground, but this background here obviously does not look like the blocks. They're just as they looked before with the old background. Pretty bad in my opinion. Also I have no idea how to dodge the mat, so I used the shoddy ladder physics, hooray. So, this guy is in a room carbon copied from the original. There's not much to talk about it in general. This entire obstacle here, like going down, going up again, is just taken one-to-one from Mega Man 3. But it's not like that is a big deal, because Mega Man 3 was an actually good game. As you see, if you lure this to the guy to the left, then you can dodge, but not before. Hard Knuckle's time to shine. I would love to take out these big guys with Hard Knuckle, but it's surprisingly ineffective. Flash Bomb is actually really good here, and as said, if it had more weapon energy, it would be a decent weapon to use if you have something that just needs to take a lot of damage before it dies. And it is good for that, it just only has 4 shots, which is terrible, sadly enough. So, I do not know why his eyes vanish when he ducks, but anyway, this is Magnet Man. Magnet Man's fight is largely unchanged, though now he only jumps high on the second jump, so you have to dodge him from there. It makes hitting him a little harder, because you cannot cancel the slide in any way, you cannot shoot out of it, you cannot jump out of it. So if you do not plan accordingly, then he will be really tough to hit. Yeah, otherwise you might get hit and yeah, not cool. So he does have a magnet pull attack, which he didn't pull out at all in the blind video, and as this is stupidly easy to record, this was my first recording after the blind one and I got surprised by it. Fortunately enough, it's really not hard to avoid, you can just walk away as you just saw. The problem with the hitboxes here is again apparent, so you have to slide under him if you do not time the walking under him really well, and even then it's not that easy to hit him. So Buster dueling, it will take time. If I remember correctly, he also was a little weaker to the Buster in comparison to the other bots in Mega Man 3, so this makes the fight again drag on a little. It's not like it's really hard, but in comparison to some other fights we've seen from here, it's at least a very decent port, so I do not think that I have to complain too much about it. Magnet missiles, I haven't tried them yet, but we are going to see how they translate, but I suspect that they're going to take up a lot of weapon energy and not be worth the cost. Next time, the last stage, Needleman. For now, thank you very much for your attention.